Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Vertical Take with Jennifer and Taha. This is episode 39, and we have the dashing Ryan Larson.
Hello. Hi. Happy to be here.
Thank you for
Excited.
coming on.
Yeah, actually.
One of Jennifer's personal favorites.
Yes. Highly recommend it.
And I will give my verdict towards the end. So, Ryan, I'm just going to dive right into the first question.
No pressure. I'd hate you.
Wait.
No, that was the translation.
Maybe, maybe not. So, Ryan, how did you first get into acting?
I wanted to act since I was tiny. Since I knew what acting was, it was my dream to move to LA, to be an actor, to live in other people's shoes. So I guess I first got into acting in, I think it was actually elementary school. Like school
Pretty
theater
young.
started way, way, way back. And my first play was The Government Inspector by Nikolai Gogol. Or Nicholas Gogol? I'm not sure. By Gogol. I played a character named Khlyastikov. It was a Russian play, if you couldn't tell. And that was a blast. I loved doing it. I had fun, and I got to play around. I had no idea what I was doing. I assure you I was not a very good actor. I just had a lot of fun. And the next year we did Much Ado About Nothing. And after that, I was like, okay, how do I do more of this? So that's how I first got started, was school plays and having a blast with that.
Interesting.
So you took a brief break, because I think we spoke about this before. You took a brief break between verticals for a bit. Was that something that you planned, or did it just happen naturally?
I think life just happens naturally. So that my first vertical was Bride of the Wolf King, which I think was 3 or 3.5 years ago at this point. It's been a minute. It was early, like when that one went up on the platform, it was like the third vertical on the platform.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's other movies on here. This is exciting. No idea what was going on with verticals. And then I did 2 more over the course of the next year or so. I was in Asia at the time. And then, I mean, I don't know if I took a break. I just didn't really know that verticals were going to take off. They were going to be such a big thing for me or anyone, really. It's just this cool thing that I got to do, and I had a lot of fun doing it and diving in, getting to act again. But then I took some time off as I traveled around and focused on modeling for a few years and went to several countries and lived in most of them. So that was, I guess, unplanned, but just
it just happened.
Yeah. It just spontaneously occurred. And it happens. Sometimes you do need to take a break.
Yeah. I felt very blessed to get back into verticals, honestly, because it was this thing that I got to do a few times in Southeast Asia and had a blast. And then out of nowhere, I get a message from somebody I met at a bar in Bangalore, India in 2018. Messaged me, I want to say October of last year, so 2024. Was like, hey, do you still act? I was like, I'd love to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Right. So as you mentioned before, The Bride of the Wolf King was your first vertical drama, so it was your debut into the vertical world. What was the experience like stepping into that format for the first time?
I think not only did I have no idea what I was doing, I think everybody had no idea what we were doing. Like, I knew how to act at that point. I'd studied as an actor. I'd done films in Los Angeles before. I'd worked as an actor before I ever started modeling. But I didn't even know that I was doing vertical, let alone a film, when I booked that. I was just told to show up at a location and do a job from a modeling agent.
Right.
And I get there, they hand me the first page of the script. And if you've seen the first episode of Bride of the Wolf King, it's a little intense. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then when I got some info from the client, they were like, yeah, we're doing this thing. It's kind of like TikTok, but like continues a full story. So it's like a lot of TikToks in a row. I'm like, okay, that sounds kind of cool. It seems kind of neat. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this, but it sounds fun. And we shot the first episode. We shot episode 1. as a pitch for the production company to get funding to shoot the whole thing. And then I flew to Singapore for a contract. And a month later, they were like, hey, Ryan, we need you to fly back to shoot, I don't know, 68 more of these or something. However many there are in Bride of the Wolf King. And I was like, oh, I get to do more. And I got to come back and play.
Yeah, because that was so you said the first scene was the first
That was
one you
like the pilot.
because that was pretty spicy.
It was pretty spicy. So that we reshot the whole scene once we had the funding. Like that was just sort of the pilot. But the pitch that we did is basically shot for shot the same. It's just we had different things on the day, like an intimacy coordinator.
Yeah. Yes.
And it was like, hi, nice to meet you. I'll be tearing your clothes up, but let's talk about this before we do this. So
Right.
it was new territory back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, you've become pretty familiar face in the vertical dramas. What do you enjoy most about the vertical format?
I kind of love all of it. Like, I love getting to work. I feel very blessed that I get to do this. It is such as an actor to get to, not just work on our craft, but demonstrate that for others and have others appreciate that. I like the whole genre. I mean, it helps if you lean into the campiness, I think, because the format just is just so perfect for that.
Yeah.
You can tell these larger than life stories. I mean, because we're in vertical and we focus on basically the medium close up for like the bulk of the shots, and you get these really nice, juicy, character-y moments where you really get nice acting because of that focus. So I like it's such a great not just training, but it's a great like opportunity for newish actors and actors in general, I think, because it's the fast pacing, because of the insane nature of what we do. I mean, I hear stories from other movies where they're like, oh my gosh, we shot this in 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, and we had no idea how we were going to get done. I was like, I found out yesterday that I was booked in something, and I flew halfway across the world. Then they handed me a script, and then we started the next day, and we shot for 8 days straight, and that was it. Like that's the kind of stuff we do, which is wild. And we make it work because you have to. And you have to be good on take 1 and better on take 2 if there is a take 2. Because if you get take 3, you messed up and you were behind schedule. So you got to nail it every time. And it's so great. I really love the format.
Yeah. So, Ryan, do you think vertical dramas are changing how audiences consume series?
I don't know if they're changing how audiences consume series and content. I think somebody very smart, much smarter than I, has identified the way that people that consume content, and verticals are just the next level, the next step of that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, people aren't going to the theater as much. I would love they were, but they're not. Even streaming services, because there are so many, and because they're on TV, and because of it's just X, Y, and Z, people aren't doing that as much. Whereas this is in our pocket. Where is it? There it is. This is in our pocket at all times. It's on.
Right.
It's with us on the metro. It's on our lunch break. Yeah. It's with us in bed because we're all addicted. So it's just there to like, okay, I'm gonna go back and watch 3 more episodes of this thing. So I think it's just capitalizing on the way that people currently are consuming content.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because you are right that like I mean, our phones are constantly in our face. TikTok was like such a huge platform there for a second because of the fact that it was like I think when TikTok first came out, it was like only like minute videos that you could shoot. So then our minds got like trained to only consume a minute at a time. And it's like, I remember when TikTok was like, okay, well now you can shoot up to 10 minutes. And I'm like, 10 minutes?
We had Vine and Musically before that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did kind of pave the way for TikTok.
I think it kind of conditioned them to be used to shorter bits of content, but at the same time that these verticals capitalize on not just the low attention span for the short form, but the constant cliffhangers, I gotta know what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most people is I gotta know what happens next. I'm like, why are you watching? I have to know. Even before I ever started doing verticals. Well,
Yeah.
got back into them.
Yeah.
Right.
So many of these projects are pretty fast-paced romances. How do you bring authenticity to such heightened scripts?
Honestly, I like to stay very grounded. I find that the truth in it. I really dive into my scripts as
Yeah.
much as I can before we start
Hmm.
shooting. There's not a ton of opportunity to do that, but I like to read my scripts 6 or 8 times before we actually film and dive
Hmm.
in, find that through line, and find the key moments that these characters are going through. Um, and so once I've identified these are the major events that happen, these are the big things that change the characters, like things either lead into those moments or they happen as a direct result of those moments that shift. So I think it doesn't matter how big and silly and over the top those moments are. If we approach it from a point of groundedness and this is what changes a person, I think that we can tell a truthful story. That's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, what's
Yeah,
the oddest or funniest fan comment you've received from a vertical?
that's a good question. That's actually not I thought about. Um, I get a lot of funny ones related to
Hmm.
things that the character did. Um, they're less weird. They're less odd now than I got in the past when I played a villain on a series. Those were unique. Um, but
Oh.
sometimes, I mean, sometimes I'll just get interesting comments like when you like I don't know. Somebody told me that when I did a certain scene, I reminded them of their father, and this person was old enough to be my mother, and I went, okay, the compliment.
Oh.
I don't know, odd,
The
odd,
person who commented was old enough to be your mother, but she was
yes,
claiming that you reminded her of her father.
indeed.
So grandpa and great grandpa for me. Interesting.
So my question is, like, was it based off a character,
I
or
don't know.
was it like you in general?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the vibe.
Okay,
I was
okay,
like,
because I'm like,
I'm gonna take this as a compliment. Move on.
yep,
Yeah.
that's all. That's all you
Hey,
can do.
trying to wrap my head around it, but all right.
Well, you asked what the oddest comment. That was a little odd, a little unique.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That's
fun thought.
creepy. I would
Yeah,
not categorize that as odd.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's creepy.
Odd would be something like, oh, you remind me of my ex-husband when you wore a suit.
I get
That's
that
odd.
too. I feel like that's less weird.
Yeah, compared to you remind me of someone who could literally be your grandpa.
I don't know. I've played some daddies on these.
Jennifer can attest to that.
Yes, yes, yes. Which we're gonna get ready to get into.
Oh my god.
No, not to be
Go
great.
for it.
So,
Oh.
what first attracted you to the role of Jackson
Hmm.
in Tie Me Up? Wait a minute, hold on. What happened to the apparently
Tie me
part
up,
of those?
Dom.
But it
Yeah.
was yeah. So what attracted you to that character?
So Tie Me Up was a lot of fun. Tie Me Up was
Yeah.
I was actually approached for that role. That one I didn't. The client had me in mind for that because they watched CEO's Playroom.
Yes.
And as soon as they watched CEO's Playroom, they had me in mind for Jackson for Tie Me Up. And I was excited for that because when I read the script, I was like, oh, this is a totally different take on this sort of theme, which is the sort of
Yeah.
BDSM dominant and the
Right.
submissive theme. Um, and I loved the character of Jackson when I read him because he takes care of her and he watches over her and he guides her on this journey and he's never like trying to take advantage of her or anything. He even like there's such a great moment in that where she throws herself at him because she's kind of used to being less than and used. It's the only way that she knows how to deal with a certain situation, and he recognizes that she's not in a good space and he doesn't want to take advantage of her.
Mm-hmm.
And he shuts it down, and she doesn't know how to react because he's just a good guy. And even though he's like the one who works at the sex club, and he owns the sex club, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
he's her dom. He's like, this is not how this is going to happen. And I
Yeah.
love that because he's respectful, and but he's also for me, this one I was able to do a lot more research into the BDSM community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of this bleeds into probably your next follow-up question.
Yeah.
But I was able to do a lot more research in the BDSM community and meet with some people who were active members of that community. On set, we had a consultant who's a dominatrix by trade, and she's
Oh.
lovely and one of my best friends now.
Okay.
I adore her.
Yeah.
And she was able to kind of go through with me not just the motions of what's happening in the scene, but also the attitude, the energy. And I was like, can we make sure that I'm coming, that the character's reading as he's a dominant and she's his sub, and he's, sort of in control and in guiding her here, and not just being a jerk, being
Right.
pardon my French,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was able to have support on that project. I was really, really attracted to the different side of that story.
Yeah. Yeah, because I did watch the Playroom one, and then I watched this one, and I did really like the Tie Me Up because, like you said, it was very consensual. It was very I love Jackson's character because, like you said, he was very like it wasn't about him. It was
No, it's
about
not.
her.
And from what I learned from a lot of people in the community, that is often, if not usually, the case, where often the dominant is the one who's like, this is your experience, and I'm just in charge of making this happen and flow and go. And I loved that because it's depicted. It's not a guilt thing, and it's also not like I just want to hit people with a stick thing. So
Yeah.
sign a contract, like they have a contract, but it's because they have rules that they outline. That's kind of it. She comes to him, and I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
Right.
I
This one
know this
falls
is making Taha so uncomfortable. He's like a little. he's so innocent.
Why did you throw this on my plate, Jennifer? Okay. Ryan, did portraying BDSM themes in that story change the way you approach intimacy scenes?
I don't know if it changed it. I always try to be very respectful.
Right.
When there's intimacy on set, obviously, not just of the other actor, but of the story that we're telling.
Mm-hmm.
It really helped me understand just how much of the story we can tell in those scenes, and how important some of those scenes are for the character development.
Right.
Let's be honest, we've all seen something where there's an intimacy scene or an intimate moment on screen, and you're just like, I don't know what this did for the story.
Right.
It's just there. And this helped me really like understand and dive into the importance of some of those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Even to the point where, I mean, the actress and I had a wonderful relationship, and she is also one of my besties. I love besties. From Tie Me Up, there's a couple scenes where we were fighting with, not fighting, but like advocating for like there should be a kiss here, or there should be an intimate moment here, or there should not be this. Like whenever it makes sense, because it shows the growth of the character, it matches the growth that's in the story. That's kind of how we like to tell to show the story, So I think it really helped me to solidify the importance of those little moments, those little intimate moments that sometimes it's not scripted as clearly in verticals.
Mm-hmm.
You might just get like, oh, they kiss or they go to bed together or whatever. But then if you have a great intimacy coordinator, you can really show how their relationship changes over time, or how they feel in this moment based on the choreography, based on what is, how much time is spent in a kiss, how intense that kiss is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is this a sweet kiss? Is this a passionate kiss? Is this I'm gonna rip your clothes off right now kiss? Is this a 5 out of 10? Are we at a 9 out of 10? I'm looking at you, shower scene from Tie Me Up. So those moments really, I think, help tell the story, and I loved that gave me such a clear understanding of that.
Yeah.
How did you and the team ensure that those scenes were handled with care and professionalism?
Well, like I said, we had an intimacy coordinator.
Okay. Yeah.
Her name is Rebecca Lashmer. She's phenomenal. I've worked with her like 6 or 7 times so far.
Okay.
Adore her. She is the one who actually fought to have the BDSM consultant on set, and because I think initially the client was thinking, "Can't you do this?" And she said, "I can, but it's not my wheelhouse. I want to get somebody in here who's in this community and who has this experience." And so it was the combination of working with the intimacy coordinator, working with the on-set consultant, and obviously being directed by Steph, who is fantastic and always very understanding and respectful of certain themes, and that's I think why she keeps getting asked to direct these kind of projects. So the kind of the triad of those three together helped pretty much ensure that everybody was safe, comfortable, and telling the same story.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Ryan, what drew you to Raphael in the Mafia's innocent lover?
I liked Raphael because up to that point, most of the guys that I played were, it's cold, distant billionaire who realizes that he's been a jerk and opens up or something. But Raphael is different because he is kind of unstable. He is very passionate. He's in control at all times, but he's also short fused. It's a very he's a lot of like dichotomies and paradoxes. He's the I will burn the world to the ashes just to resurrect you from it. Like kind of it'll be you and me and just a flaming barren wasteland, and that's what I want. Like he is so willing to do anything to protect the people that are close to him, in particular this woman. And he's like, I don't know, an anti-hero, I guess. I think Raphael, spoiler alert, I think he kills like 11 people in that film.
Yeah, he was
There was a
ruthless.
lot of bloodshed in there.
That he shoots point blank. And he's fascinating to me because it's that balance between like doing sort of what we would view in society as bad guy things, but he's just he does it all for what he views are important reasons, which are, this woman and the things that are important to him.
Yeah.
I loved playing Raphael. I read the script and I was like, ooh, horse.
I don't know.
New. This is nice.
Well, that whole vertical was just, and it took me forever to watch it. Like I felt like I was like one of the last ones to watch it, and I was like, why did I wait so long? Because it was like a really good vertical. Like, they need to cast you more as the mafia boss. Like,
so I can't go into details, but I can tell you from the pipeline of finished verticals, there are 3 right now.
Okay.
Or at least mafia coded verticals that I'm in.
Yeah, because looking at you right now. Oh, good. Because like looking at you right now, like you wouldn't really see yourself as a mafia, but like when you get into that character, you've got that kind of presence about you. Like I don't know, it's just your presence just screams.
When my hair gets slicked back, somebody puts a prop gun in my hand and splashes a little bit of blood on my face, I am
exactly. You're in the zone.
I just sort of drop in, and it's been really fun to explore these kind of darker, more violent, unhinged characters.
So, what was the most intriguing about stepping into that mafia themed romance?
I think balancing the passion for her and the ruthlessness in life. I mean, it's like until she shows up, he's kind of like he's do whatever it takes, take care of everything, whatever. There's moments where she stops him from doing terrible things, and his like little moral compass starts to shift, but it never really goes all the way. He doesn't like, oh, I want to leave this mafia life. He's just like,
yeah.
And she's so scared but intrigued by this.
Yeah.
I really loved finding that little. I'm sorry, finding that balance between those moments, those shifts, if you will.
Yes.
That
Yes.
was a lot of fun. I said multiple times to my director Alice Chen on that. I was like, we gotta find those moments of love in our toxic love.
Right.
Right.
I know, because it was rough. Like sometimes I'm like, what in the world? Like, is there any kind of redemption in
Yeah,
this man?
it's pretty rough. And then we were able to work together with the director, with the client on set to be able to make certain things kind of flow a little smoother into that romance. Because I think one of the first things I did in that script is I highlighted in one color all the moments where he's scary and dangerous and frightens her, or he's kind of real orange flag behavior,
Yeah.
and then I highlighted in a different color all the moments where he's kind of sweet and tender. And I was like, so there's like two blue moments, and the rest of this is red. Can we talk about this? Can we adjust a few things? We were
Yeah.
able to adjust some stuff and some points of view and a couple of scenes, just little tweaks that made it, I think, work. To me, I
Good.
think it worked.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
was
yeah,
great.
it did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you enjoy balancing Raphael's danger side with his romantic side?
Very much so. I did, yes. I believe we went over that just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was a lot. That was a lot of fun finding the moments where it's like where he's scary and dangerous because something crosses the line or somebody's about to get hurt or because somebody's disobeying him, and then finding those moments where he kind of lets go a little bit and lets his softer side out. He
mhm.
does that a few times throughout. Some
Yeah.
Mhm.
really sweet moments, like when they make breakfast together, or she takes care of him in bed after he's injured from an undisclosed injury that I will not spoil.
Right.
Well, it's been out a while, so if they
Yeah,
haven't
I'm
watched
not.
it yet.
I don't know. People get mad if you spoil Sixth Sense at this point, so I don't know.
So going to your next role, I think it was the next vertical, which was completely different than Raphael, is Philip.
Mm.
The CEO's maid turned out to be the heiress. Long title.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. What initially drew you to him?
I liked Philip because he's not. It's interesting. I played Philip before I played Raphael. It just came out
Okay.
differently.
Yeah.
But one thing I liked about Philip is that he starts off in a place of such anger and pain because I mean it's not much of a spoiler. What happens pretty early on, first episode, she pushes him away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks everything's going great, and he treats her well, and they're so good together. They're just a wonderful couple, and she doesn't want to drag him into her life and bring him down.
Yeah.
So everything he does for the next several years, including becoming this really successful CEO, becoming rich, um, is kind of to show, I don't know if it's her or him or somebody, show that he's enough, that he's better than he was, and because he wants to rub it in her face.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think they even deleted a scene where he um, there's a scene that never made it in the film where she works at the tennis court that he
Okay.
owns, and he go like she gets in a scuffle with her manager, and he comes over and punches the guy because naturally, and then fires the guy, and she's like, "I don't need you to take care of me." And he fires her too because he's like, "Fine, I don't care, you're fired too." Like he's just so angry at her, but they ended up removing that scene. Flows better with that. Um, that his sort of coming back and rediscovering all the things that he loves about this person and them reconnecting together, like her allowing herself to open up to him and allowing herself to be honest with him and him allowing himself to forgive her is a
Mm-hmm.
really interesting story that I was excited to tell, watching that change.
Yeah.
Ryan, did you immediately connect with Philip, or did it take time to understand his motives?
I don't know if I immediately connected to Philip. I understood where he was coming from.
Right.
I was able to that one. We had such a great director. Sid Zanferlin was our director. He lives in, I want to say, he's from Montreal, I think.
Okay.
And Sid he's an actor's director. So every single scene, we would have a blocking rehearsal where we just go through it as just the actor, private blocking. Then we would do it for everyone, and then while they're setting up the shot, and we're on lights and such, and we're in hair and makeup and wardrobe, we turn around and Sid's right there, and he's like, "Hi, I want to talk about the scene," and he was able to just help us along with those motivations, with the understanding of the character, the journey, each little moment. There's a lot of almost kisses in that, where there's just tension that builds and builds, and then something interrupts him, whether it's a phone call or her putting up brakes or him putting up a wall, and he's like, "I can't let you back in." That happens like 4 or 5 times, and so we had that kind of mapped out with Sid, and it was like, this is when this happens, and this is when he starts to let the wall come down. So while I was able to understand, I think, where Philip was coming from, Sid really helped me connect to how much he's allowing himself to trust, and how much he's allowing himself to love, and how much he's allowing himself to forgive.
Yeah.
It's a big story on forgiveness there. So that was such a
Yeah. Yeah. Before I ask this next question, I do have to ask, and because all these verticals, I'll be honest, all these verticals kind of blend together a little bit. So I do believe this one, because this one was the one where when she leaves him, tells him that she can't be with him anymore, she goes back to her parent or her mom, right? Yeah. And her mom takes the engagement ring, and she's like, "Oh no." And then and but anyway, so whatever happened to the ring? Because didn't he like pick it up or something and like throw it?
Okay, so in the beginning, she gives the ring back to him.
Okay.
So he proposes, and
Yes.
she takes it and thinks about it, because this is all she's wanted, is this loving family. And then she
Yeah.
really discovers, she's like, I can't. I think her exact phrase is, "I can't let him into my shitty life."
Yeah.
And so she takes the ring off, and she claims to have a secret rich boyfriend that she only uses
Yep.
thing. And then she hands the ring back to him as like it's a nice ring, and he storms out and throws it.
Okay.
In a huff, because it's like he doesn't want it. It's just a reminder that either he wasn't.
It's rejection.
It's the rejection. Thank you.
Yes.
And she comes out in tears, just devastated, and she picks it up off the ground.
Picks it up. Yeah.
Keeps it because for her it's a reminder of the love that they had.
Yeah.
And, like, we should palm that. You owe this to me, and just her mom just takes everything from her. So that's.
And I just wish that like that would have been like the icing on the cake if somehow that ring came back and because like it never gets mentioned again, and I'm like, what happened to the ring? Like, why? Like, did it would have been great if if your character would have like went into like a pawn shop and said, "Hey, that's the ring that I had gotten my girlfriend, so let's go." And anyway, I don't know. Hopeless romantic. Just anyway.
We'll add the ring motif in the next one. Make sure you get.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, it's my turn. Sorry. How do you hope audiences will remember Philip?
I mean, positively. I really hope that audiences look at the fact that people can choose to change. I mean, Philip was a bad guy, but he was so full of anger. He's so full of the scene that still made it into the film. The next time that he sees her after 6 years apart. I mean, obviously he's been planning this for a while. He's been kind of far, because he's watching her like make this deal with this shady guy, and he's like, "You go upstairs with me, I'll give you a job." And Philip's like, "All right." And the look, the satisfaction on his face when he says, "I want you to be my assistant, I'll pay you," because it's like an I owe you, I own you kind of thing,
Yeah.
you need this, and I'm the only one who can
Mhm.
give it to you. He gets such satisfaction out of that, but that fades over time. He starts to let that go. So I hope people look at Philip and realize that people change, people get better, people choose to be better.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
love conquers all.
I guess. All right. So
So
the next question comes close to my heart because I am also from the UK. So I will be pronouncing this in the most British accent I can do right now. Mr. Larson, competing in Mr. International UK 2023 was a very bold move. What inspired you to enter that competition?
I was approached by one of the organizers of the pageant
Right.
who asked me to take part, and I was like, I'm not a pageant guy. That's not really my thing. But I mean, this seems like a fun experience that I've never had and likely won't again. Why not? I never had intentions, or not intentions. I never had expectations of winning, but I was just excited to get to do it, and so yeah, I said, they said, what country will you be representing? And I said, well, I'm from the United States. And they said, well, we have a guy from there. And then I said, oh, okay. But I have family from the UK, and my ancestors from the UK, and you go back like 2 generations. Um, and so that's like 98% of my family is from the British Isles, and
Another thing we found in common. My father's side from the UK too. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
so so that was kind of that opportunity to sort of represent that bit of my heritage,
Your
the
heritage. Awesome.
Scottish, Irish, Welsh, and British
Right.
that I have. So I met 20 or so amazing guys. I think it's 25 or so amazing guys from all over the world, from parts of Africa, from Asia, from the Americas, from South America. Bonded with these guys, traveled around. That was in the northern Philippines where we did that, and just had an amazing experience for about 2 weeks with these great lads.
Your mates.
My mates. Yeah, I just wanted to have that experience. I loved it. And it was so cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Jennifer.
Great.
Seems like a very random response. Okay.
Awesome.
It was a transition, okay?
So that had to have boosted your confidence as an actor and a performer, correct? You're like, is that a question? Did it?
The follow-up.
Yes. Did it boost your confidence?
The follow-up is
Reword it. Did you? Did it?
Kinda. I suppose it got me out of my comfort zone for some things that I've never done, like
Yeah.
the what do they call it, the passerella, the walk that you do.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like I've done runway. In modeling, I've done quite a bit of. I've done stage performances. I've never done like a. But it's different from modeling, because modeling is like, ignore me, I don't exist. Look at this amazing clothing.
Right.
Whereas the passerella is like, look at me, here I am, which is not what I'm used to.
With flying sparkles and colors shooting out of the ceiling.
Yes, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I hired a passerella coach for that very purpose, because I was like, not my wheelhouse. So I got somebody who does that to like choreograph the thing and talk through it and help me with my posture. And at this point, you're gonna turn, you gotta like do this, and like on the actual day, I think I got very tripped because I am very graceful, and I giggled and had fun. So
yeah,
but yeah, it helped
I'm
me.
glad you did.
Anything that gets me out of my comfort zone, I think, helps boost confidence.
Definitely.
And growth.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, Ryan, you've really been acting. Active, stupid me.
No.
All right. So Ryan, you're really active on Instagram. How important is it to connect to the fans?
I think it's huge, honestly,
Right.
especially for this format. In general, I think it's important for actors, performance people in the public eye to show appreciation to the people that keep them employed. Um, but
That's a good way to
also,
say it.
if I may be so blunt, but also there's so much passion out there for these projects. I think it's
Right.
absolutely critical that the actors acknowledge it and that they
Mhm.
show the fans that they're appreciated, because they are. Because again, A, we wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the fans who watch these projects, and B, it feels so good as a performer to do something and to have feedback. You
Yeah.
get instant feedback nowadays with social media. You get people saying, "I
Right.
really hated this role, and I think you're terrible." Or you get somebody who says, "I loved this and it was wonderful and I cried." I've had people message me and say, like, "I watched After Divorced in episode 51. I cried like a baby," and I'm like, "I haven't seen that one." Um, I'll be honest, I haven't seen most that I've done, but it
I don't
delights me
have
that
time.
I know. I remember the script. I know roughly which part that was. It delights me that somebody watches it and is like, "This specific moment hit me like a truck." I'm like, "That means I did my job,"
Yeah.
Right.
and it
Yeah.
feels so good because we work so hard. Um, it feels good that people not just appreciate what we do, but they glean a little bit of joy from it, a little bit of feeling from it, a little bit of excitement from that. I think it's critical. I think especially in the vertical format, because it's so right here and so fast paced. I think it's so critical to tell fans that we love that you love watching these. We love doing
Yeah.
them.
So, what's something fans might be surprised to learn about you outside of acting and pageantry? Well, acting.
I did a pageant once.
I know, but it's not like you're like a pageant person.
Um, I feel like when I've met a few people who only know me from verticals or
Mhm.
from my work, they often comment, "Oh, you're way less serious than I expected." I am far less serious than any of the characters I play.
I can
I have
clearly see
a good
that.
time. You can doubt it.
I said I can clearly see that.
Ah, yes. I am a full on goofball. My toxic trait is that I can't take it seriously until like on the day when we're shooting the scene.
Right.
Even during rehearsals, it could be like this big emotional scene, and I'm like, he comes in, he punches this guy,
Oh
this guy
God.
gets shot, he cries. That's the rehearsal, and then
Yeah.
on the day it's tears and it's ugly and it's heartfelt and it's every real emotion. Um, and then I go cry in the corner for 10 minutes to get the emotion out. But and then it's back to having fun. But yeah,
Yeah.
I am a full on goofball, and I like to have fun a lot.
Hey, what's life without a little bit of fun?
What's life without a lot of fun?
I'm going to be honest. Something that I was surprised about you is I didn't realize that you were from the USA.
Sometimes
For
That was
some
foreigner?
for some reason, I don't know, I thought that you may have been like from like well, you said you got family in the UK, but I was like when I found that
that
out
wasn't
that
my
you
first.
are
Born and
Mhm.
raised there.
Oh. Yeah, but see, like I said, I was surprised. For some reason, I thought maybe you might have been a Canadian. You could have been but I was like, oh, so he is from the USA. Okay. Not
He
that
has a
that's a bad
natural
thing.
US accent. I kind of figured out that he wasn't faking one in his verticals, so I kind of knew he was from the States. But okay.
Oh, well, apparently you didn't do your job there
Me or him?
with the accent. No, I'm talking about what he never had an accent. Did you have an accent? You've never had an accent in any of your verticals, right?
Not in the verticals, but uh, should I tell this story? When I did Mr. International UK, I showed up first day, and the pageant director met me, and he was like, "I'm so excited to meet a man with an authentic British accent." And I was like,
Oh God.
uh huh. Guess who had an authentic British accent for 2 weeks?
You.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you like fake it or something?
Oh, I did. I did in every moment. because I thought they were gonna kick me out if they didn't, they knew I didn't live actively in. I didn't know that there was, the rules are like, if you're like heritage is from there, if your family's there. I thought it was like you had to like born, raised, live there. So I was like, are they gonna kick me out if they find out that I'm not like?
But you're faking it, right?
Yeah.
You
What
gotta
is
fake
that
it
when
till
you
you
say
make
it
it.
like that, Taha?
What's that? I'm sorry.
No, my natural British accent does come out whenever I converse with anyone who has an English accent. It could be a Brit, an Aussie, a New Zealander, a South African, like anything remotely close to that, it mine just naturally comes out.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And it's happened on the show before, unfortunately.
And I call them out every time.
He's like, look at you having tea and crumpets with King Charles III. And I'm like, shut up. Anyways, with that aside, so the last question we have today for you is when you're not acting or modeling, you design and create bags.
I do.
How did that side passion begin?
Here's one of them. This is an upcycle I did for.
Ooh, looks vintage.
Yeah.
Now you
Now
don't
I
sell
want
them,
one.
do you? Do you sell them?
Some of them.
Okay.
I don't like. This is also one of my bags. So that's where's the pocket inside?
So do you just do like tote bags or do you do like travel bags, like
It's good. That's why it's
crossbody?
good.
I do all of it. I've done crossbody bags and tote bags. Where's my little? Hold on. I got a thing in here somewhere. There it is. I made this cute little coin purse
Ooh, okay.
for somebody. So that's for a client who ordered
That is very, very cool.
little symbol on it, my little puppy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just
You take do you take orders? I'm about to give you an order.
I do actually. I
Perfect. I will send an order.
commission. My wallet somewhere. I don't know. I'll find that later.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, we'll be in touch because I need a new. Ooh, I need a new crossbody when I travel. So
Well, I make those too. That started because when you're like awake at 3 o'clock in the morning and nothing is seeming to help you get to sleep, and you're just like, I'm gonna put on a YouTube video because nothing is gonna relax me like more stimulation.
hashtag insomnia.
Yeah, so you look for something that you think is going to work. What works for me, and what I find very relaxing, or found very relaxing for the last few years, is like Koreans and sometimes Japanese leather workers being just very, very refined by hand stitch everything, hand cut, like leather products. They're very refined. It's different than Western leather work, like things you find in the U.S. and Canada, which tends to be more rugged, more cowboy-esque, heavier leathers, a lot of tooling, raw edges, no liners. I like when you look at the way that the Koreans do it. It's very all the edges are perfectly painted and finished. They're all lined. They're all beautifully it's so. Yeah. You watch this happen over the course of, I don't know, in a 25-minute video. I found it very relaxing. And then one day I was like, I want to try this and see how it goes. So I went on, it was in Philippines at the time, I think, or Vietnam. And I went to Lazada, which is like Amazon there. And I bought the basic, kit that had like hole punches and some needles and a knife.
Right.
And a couple other things. It was like, I'm going to try to make a bag. And it took me 4 days, and it was not pretty, but I made a bag, and I was like, it has sides and it holds things and it's a bag. So I was very excited.
Right.
Yeah.
So over the course of the next 3 weeks, I think I made a bag a day. Trying different things, making patterns, trying out new ideas, until one day I woke up and my fingers were just like locked like this, and I went, oh, that's not good. So I went to the hospital and got 7 shots of cortisone in my fingers so they could move again.
Jeez.
And went, okay, I'm going to slow down a little bit. So now I make a bag every 3 days or so. And I just doing it. I feel like the ceiling is endless. The possibilities are endless. I find it relaxing and therapeutic. I have a tiny little space in Manila. Like when I say tiny, I mean it's like the size of a desk. That's the room, and I just sit
Yeah.
in there. And I cut up leathers and I make patterns and I stitch these bags and I posted a bunch of them on Instagram and then people started reaching out and making orders and so I was like, all right, I'll do bespoke things. So somebody would be
Right.
like, I want a bag that reminds me of this, or I want a tote bag that elicits the feeling of sunrise at the beach, and I'll go get some leathers that make sense for that, and
Right.
Yeah.
suede for the inside because it's kind of like the sand, and just make a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've done that
It's
20
interesting.
or so, 30 bags, something like that I've sold to people who wanted. So I don't like have like a
Yeah.
collection. I just people come to me with an idea, I figure out how to make it, and I make it.
Yeah.
Is
Perfect.
that something that you think that you would like, knock on wood, if acting didn't work out, is that something that you would fall back on?
I don't know if I'd fall back on it. It's something I enjoy doing. It's more like a hobby than it is a
Yeah.
Okay.
and also it's like I'm a team of one, so
Yeah.
it's just me in a closet making bags, hand stitching until my fingers bleed. That's my own
Yeah.
little up of me. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's so much a career thing. I really just I enjoy doing it. It's just a hobby, and sometimes people buy my bags. There's been times when I'm walking down the street carrying a bag, and somebody asks me where I got it, and tell them I made it, and they ask me if I sell them, and I say yes, and then I go home with my stuff in a plastic grocery bag, and they go home with my bag, and I get money. It's absolutely
Wow. That's
nice.
awesome. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Well, okay. Well, so now that we've got all the questions out of the way, now we're going to get into the fun stuff. We've got two truths and a lie.
Okay,
Yep.
sure.
The
Um,
score is 10 to 18, and I'm going to give you a quick minute to think about your answer.
so,
Yep.
two truths and a lie. I am fluent in German. I am very allergic to llamas, and I never learned how to whistle.
Didn't you whistle in a vertical?
I don't know.
I swear you did.
You're fishing for answers. I'm not going to give you any. It's not going to.
See? Mm.
I'm at 10. Jennifer, you got to take one for the team.
I'm at 18.
She's crushing.
So, yes.
This is team vertical take. Okay, you could be allergic to llamas because you're allergic to dogs and
Oh,
no, you're allergic
No,
to
he's allergic to cats.
cats. Cats and something else, yeah. And llamas. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
I don't see you being fluent in German. I'm not gonna lie. And you probably do know how to whistle.
So where is the lie?
I'm going to say whistle. I don't
He's
think
like,
he
they're
can
all
whistle.
lies.
Right?
That would be the twist.
What he just walked through was, I think they're all lies.
Right. I'll go with option number one. You're not fluent in German. I'm probably wrong.
German.
And I said I don't think you can whistle.
All right. Survey says
I
I
can't whistle either.
cannot whistle. That is the truth.
Oh wow.
I'm very, very allergic to llamas. Found that out the fun way, meeting a llama. I am not fluent in German. I know like how to count to 10 and say a few.
Wait, so I got it right?
You got it right.
For everyone else that got that correct, congratulations. Yeah, let's get it. So the next segment is the rapid fire. I'm not even gonna put a timer on because it's pointless at this point. Just let me know when you're ready.
Let's do it. I was ready.
All right.
I don't know what
Do
we're
you
doing.
like
I'm in.
do you like giving or receiving compliments more?
Giving.
What's the funniest face you can make?
I don't know. Make fun of funny faces.
Come on, you're a goofball. You got to show us something.
Pass.
A lot of funny faces. Pass.
It's okay. He showed us two faces. I'll count it. Do you like playful teasing in relationships?
Yes. Unclear without context, but yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
It could be any relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a significant other, a family member. Just teasing in general.
Keyword on playful. I like
Playful. Okay.
you know, and some people like they're like, oh, I'm just teasing people, but they're like mean, low key. No, not here for that.
Right. What's your favorite fruit?
Mango or
Exotic.
rambutan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you ever sent a flirty selfie?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We don't need any context. Thank you very much. What's your
That's
favorite
all.
way to relax?
Don't follow my stories.
Oh no! If you wanted to tell us, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, if you do want to say it, I just don't want you to
Favorite
out
way
yourself.
relax. One of two things. I love me a sauna, and I love me some hot chocolate, just not at the same time.
Yeah, not at the same time. Oh God, no.
Can you imagine walking into a sauna and there's a guy in there just drinking hot chocolate? You're like, no, I don't know what this is, but I want it. I don't want it.
Exits
That'd be
through
a little
door.
weird.
Or be like, I don't know what this is about, but you know, let's try anything twice.
Okay. Do you prefer rice or pasta?
Pasta.
Do you like sparkling or still water?
Still for hydration, sparkling for dinner.
Right. Do you consider yourself to be a stud?
To tell you something after the
So skip. Okay.
Yep.
Skip. Well, hey, at least you know what a stud is.
Tell you after.
That's fine.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Who would play your love interest in a rom-com?
Well, obviously Jennifer. Or you.
Oh,
Or me? Oh God. I don't see
hey.
myself acting. Jennifer, it's all you.
No pressure.
Okay. Yes.
I can be the director. There you go.
Even though I would suck, I would laugh the whole time.
That's the fun part.
Right. Then I can yell at you.
Keeping it together. You guys ever
Right.
film vertical? You have to be this close to another person's face,
Right.
quickly, to the point where their eyes become one because you're so close you can't focus.
Yeah, I would laugh.
That's the way to talk to somebody. Look, this is weird. It's fun.
Okay. French fries or onion rings?
Neither, honestly. If I had to choose, onion rings, I guess, but not really neither. I don't like fried food.
Okay. Mr. Health.
No, I just don't like fried food.
Do you like writing letters?
Yes, I mostly do it via text these days, but yes, I don't write a lot of that many letters with.
If you could have any pet, real or imaginary, what would it be?
I mean, I like my pet. I have a puppy. He's adorable. Pet, real or imaginary? A magical Leoplerodon.
Ooh, interesting. Do you like horror TV shows?
Some. I really enjoyed Midnight Mass. Horror adjacent.
Yeah.
Very, very well scripted. I like horror movies and horror shows if they're well written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also making them regardless of whether or not they're well written. They're so much fun to make.
Of
I've
course.
never been in one, but I've done other things on set for several.
Right. What's the silliest thing you've ever done?
I don't even know. I'm gonna pass while I think about it. I don't know. That's so vague.
You haven't done anything foolish or silly ever in your life?
You've done, when everything you do is foolish and silly, how do you choose the most foolish and silliest one?
I don't know. Did you prank someone? Shit.
Probably.
I would be able to, yeah.
That's fine.
I wouldn't be able to guess.
That's fine. The verdict is he's a silly individual, so he's the definition of silly. There you go. Would you rather cuddle or kiss on the first date?
I love me some cuddles.
Yeah.
I'm a big hugger. Hugs. I don't know. Even with like
It's an emotional connection.
when you're with the person that you love the most, there's nothing like just like holding that person like they're the only thing in the world that matters.
Right.
This quite encompasses that. It gets close, but not
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're right. Who's your favorite singer?
quite. Whitney Houston.
Ooh, yeah.
Random, but okay.
I thought he was gonna say like Britney Spears or some shit like that, but okay.
What do you take me for?
Do you enjoy listening more than talking?
I do. I probably don't do it as often as I should, but I do.
Okay. Savory or sweet snacks?
I'm gonna go with sweet snacks, but in very, very, very tiny quantities. I'm not a big sweet tooth. I like one bite.
Well, it's not desserts. It's like sweet snacks. So it won't be overpowering. So it's not like chocolate or anything like that. It's more like, I don't know, a Danish that has like like a savory filling and like I don't know, a sweet glaze on the outside, like to balance.
The savory Danish with a sweet Philly or the sweet
He
glaze.
lost
Tourist
me.
Legion. Okay, if you come to New York, I will take you to Tourist Legion and you will have the best pastries,
You mean
savory,
when I
everything.
New York?
Whenever you do.
Yeah,
Remember, he said he's not a New York guy.
It
yeah,
doesn't matter. He has a New Yorker to take him.
that's right.
Okay, so sweet. Got it. What's your favorite type of romantic gesture?
Um, favorite type of romantic gesture.
Mm-hmm.
I like gifts that are very personal.
Mm.
I think getting to know somebody, finding something out about them, and then getting them something that is related to that, it's tied into that, it's connected to them or their past or something. You just know that that's like it's something that they would appreciate because it's special.
Yeah.
There's no better way to treat somebody, in my opinion, than
Yeah.
showing that shows you listen, that shows you care, and that shows you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Favorite theme park ride?
The log flume.
Okay.
Love me a log flume.
Do you like ice cream cones or cups?
Uh, cups if you're doing toppings, otherwise ice cream cones.
Yes. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt sparks?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
Worst date
every
fail?
dog.
Every dog.
He said
Hey,
dog.
yeah, I agree
I
with
said
you.
I said somebody. That does not mean animals, but okay. I get the connection.
You get the connection.
Worst date fail.
Worst date fail. Pass.
You could have said they just didn't show up.
I could have, but something to be treasured.
Of course. Handcuffs or whips. I only added it because of the BDSM question. So I'm like, okay, handcuffs or whips.
Both. They have different uses.
True. Do you prefer hot or cold weather trips?
Cold if it's like 2 days, otherwise hot. Like cold
Right.
to me feels like going on holiday somewhere because it's not what I'm used to. But longer than 2 days, I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Summer
hmm
guy.
No, definitely, I agree. Do you prefer ice cream sandwiches?
Or
Just regular ice cream from a tub, I guess.
He was waiting for a choice.
Right? I fucked up
ice
on
cream
that. My
sandwiches.
bad.
It was like compared to like being electrocuted, yeah, sure. Compared to regular ice cream, no. Ice cream sandwich.
Right. I hate sandwiches. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I would never choose it. It's like the I don't know, whatever the it's not bread, but you know the cover is
Yeah, it's just
kind of soggy and not great. I don't know.
yeah.
Nah.
What's your favorite romantic comedy trope?
Favorite romantic comedy trope gotta be the meet cute. I don't know. I love me a good meet cute.
Mm,
Really creative, unique ways that people run into each other, and it just have that spark.
yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Do you believe in fate?
No. I believe in free
Ooh.
will, but at the same time, I believe that there is something that guides us to what is good for us in the world.
Amen.
Call it
If
whatever
you,
you
yeah, just put it out there. If you could instantly learn a skill, what would it be?
If I could instantly learn any skill,
Mm-hmm.
Whistling.
whistling. Yes, that has plagued my life for so long. You have no idea. The only everyone's like, yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That was very instructive and helpful.
Okay. Have you ever had a crush on a friend?
Yeah, I think we all have at some point.
I think we all have. I agree to that. Um, be remembered or be at peace.
What do you remember it for?
I guess your legacy, your acting.
But in a good way, or like Hitler?
It depends how your
Wow.
life is. If you consider yourself to be a Hitler, then I guess it's gonna be Hitler.
It turns
But
out.
if you consider yourself to be, I don't know, Nelson Mandela, then there you go.
Mm, in the context of doing good things in the world, I'm going to go with be remembered because the
Hmm.
long after you're gone, you continue to inspire.
I don't want no one to remember my ass. I just want to be in peace. Thank you very much.
Then put your ass on the internet.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Ah. And the last question is truth or happiness?
Um, truth. Rip that band-aid off. Blissful ignorance is still ignorance, and living
Yeah,
life in a they call it the hedonimeter, the machine that feeds you happiness, but isn't real life.
it's not.
That's
Yeah,
not a way to live.
it
Um,
isn't.
we don't fully experience the ups without the downs, and sometimes the truth provides both.
Yep.
Uh, Nothing but time and context tells you what you're going through. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go with truth.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for playing. I'm going to open the floor to you to ask us any questions if you have
Oh,
any.
God, I didn't know we were doing this. Okay. What is your third favorite dinosaur?
Our third favorite
Dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Oh, third,
That is so fucking random. Thanks, Ryan.
third favorite. Let's see.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, like
I
shit.
like the T Rex. I like the T. That's number one, and then number two is the
Stegosaurus.
Triceratops.
Okay.
Triceratops.
Good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Pterodactyl.
Okay. I approve. I dig. I don't think it's technically a dinosaur,
Okay, I'd say T Rex, Stegosaurus, and the one that can fly. I forgot the name.
Pterodactyl.
Oh, okay.
The only reason why I say pterodactyl is because it brings me back to when I used to watch Power Rangers, and the one girl would always say pterodactyl.
Oh
So
my god, I haven't spoken about dinosaurs since I was kids. Wow.
Well, I was just at the Museum of Natural History in New York and went to the dinosaur exhibit and got very excited. I have a friend who loves dinosaurs, and I called her and showed her all the dinosaurs. It's fun.
Awesome. I have not been there, but good for you.
Yeah, you're a local. You can just they
That's
do
the
like
thing. When
donations.
you're a local, you
You're a
don't
resident.
really do any of the touristy
It's
things.
not a
Like,
touristy thing. It's education, and it's fun.
I mean, me as a native New Yorker, I've just been to Times Square. I've been to
I've been to
Ground
Times
Zero. I haven't been up the new World Trade Center. I haven't even been on Liberty Island yet. I
Square.
passed by it when I got on the Staten Island ferry to go to Staten Island to do something, but that's about it.
Same girl, same.
I don't want to.
Like that's dodgy. Whatever that was skirting around.
Oh, going to Staten Island? No, I had a client. Listen, I wish my love life was that interesting. It's not. I'm
Well, if
I'm
you have
I'm
a
a Sahara
client, that's
desert.
not really
Got it.
a love.
Got it.
Well, thank you very much, Ryan, for coming on, and I will definitely link all of your socials, IMDb, and link for individuals to purchase or request your bags in the description box below. And to everyone else that has, watched this towards the end, thank you very much. And until next time, peace.